Hello, I wanted to talk. I just wanted to talk. To practice again. I have to practice talking because I started a new channel, and as soon as I started it, I paused, like overthinking it as I usually do. Because things have to be interesting, things have to have a meaning. I can't waste people's time. Why? People are wasting time constantly. Why can't they just look at me drinking some juice? Because it's not a hot beverage today, it's just a glass full of vitamins because I have a cold. Yes, in this day of pandemic we still get colds and you go around feeling like a leper trying not to sneeze at anyone, wearing a mask wherever you go. How at least colds won't get distributed so severely as they usually do. Anyway, I have so many polarizing topics and I already released a few, and I guess I'm throwing rocks at people trying to provoke a reaction. Why not? There should be a discussion and a discourse, and we should be able to talk. Even when I clicked on a Croatian writer who I consider a mentor of sorts, uh, because I had an interview with him when I was 14. I interviewed him for the high school magazine. I don't have that interview anymore, but I got a prize on a state level for that interview. But I didn't see that interview as a first stepping stone of my great novel journalist career, as my teacher hoped. I just saw it as an opportunity to meet my favorite Croatian author of sci-fi, to talk to him, to find out his secrets about writing. And I found quite a few secrets, and I must say that it was one conversation, but it lasted 2.5 hours, and I extracted many information. And I think that my style of writing and putting novels in drawers and just writing a new novel till the old one matures is really from his handbook. I followed his lead without thinking about it. Okay, you say it works, I will try it. And I worked my ass off. So my brother sent me a link, and my author is now in his 70s. And to read his opinion is just like if my grandfather was alive and he was a man prone to speaking words people hear because he was a quiet man who didn't speak much. But if he was talkative, it would be that sense of shame. Like, I love you, I'm proud of you, and I like you, but please stop talking. But don't stop talking. It's okay. I think our society is too harsh on old people. Like my brother told me the trouble my other favorite author, Ray Bradbury, has, that people want his Fahrenheit 400 and how do you say it in English? I will say the number wrong. Fahrenheit. He's my favorite novel, and in the end, how it should be more inclusive, how it should have more characters of colors, or how it's from the right, how it's too democratic. And the old Bradbury got so angry that he made for a note in his latest edition denouncing everyone and declaring the world his enemy. I can only hope that I will be so grand when I'm old, because we don't become conservative and silly with age as some people think. The world changes on us, and we people are less adaptable than the society is, than the world is. And as the world progresses and changes, we don't change as much, and we just end up being old in a world that we cannot accept, that we cannot approve of, and we can't give it our stamp of approval, because that world goes against everything we stand for, everything we lived for, everything we fought for. I understand older generation of trans people who transitioned and are now somewhat enraged that their lifelong struggle with so many adversity transition when they couldn't even get one, and being ostracized left and right, and that they are now equally cold as some kids non-binary that prance around playing with gender. And I understand that. I get it. I too am on the older side of the spectrum and am in awe of young people, but I try to keep an open mind. Although I don't know for how long my mind will manage to stay open because the world changes. I'm still waiting for the world to go more left than I am. I'll let you know when that happens. I wonder will I notice when that happens. Because reading my favorite creation author, having his escapade, I won't say his name because I don't want to draw that kind of negative attention to him. I like him. He's a dear old man. So, he's an intellectual and I can understand where he's coming from, and he's an intelligent person. But just the audacity of things that he says, and you never know for sure, does he say them just to provoke the world and to get a reaction, or are those his true stances, because he is a jokester, so you never can tell for sure with him. But well, I get so old to have the privilege to be silly, because the world is unforgiving towards old people. Ageism is really a real thing, and young people just stride on like, oh, how can you think that? Or poor J.K. Rowling. She's a grandma age. Just don't expect too much from people who are grandma age. When I get to my grandma age, please just don't listen to me. You just nod and go about your business. Oh, and that's ageism in a nutshell. I treated my grandmother in the same way. You would just sit by her and she would talk and talk and talk, and you just go, yes, grandma. Yes, grandma. Then she gives you money and you run away. And that's the way we treat our elders, with respect. You at least try to pretend you're not suffering great discomfort within the clash of generations. Because that is what the world is, what society is at any given moment. It's a clash of civilizations. People of all ages, all colors, all backgrounds are occupying the same space and same time, and are trying to exhibit their own image of society, their own version of what life should be. And of course, there will be tensions. Of course, there will be differences. And of course, that we will fight all the time. That's normal. Uh, that's a normal state of society. When the arguments stop, when one side wins, and when everyone agrees upon what is important, what is valuable, and what should be and shouldn't be done, that is the moment when you should start to worry. That is the moment when I will start to worry and make troubles, because you can't have a unified front. Because when there's no opposition, there's no controlling mechanism, and there's no way to revoke something that is unjust. That is fascism. That is just fascism in its purest form. So, I guess that on this channel I'm revealing my more scientific and philosophical side and going into broader subjects of society. My first channel was about me, and I guess I will follow my classical philosophical education I did receive and do have a diploma for. And the first chapter is about me. That is a classical philosophical theme, exploring oneself. And I guess this one will be about society. And for now, I will have my queer ABC studying the queer culture, but I'm thinking of some other topics to cover too, because I had great fun working on the dictionary. It was really a great fun. It reminded me of things I know and I forgot that I know them. So look forward to me sharing my old dated opinions and knowledge of the world. You will have one more things to fight against. That's fun, isn't it? See you around. Bye.